Okay, this video is completely random and unrelated to the usual stuff that I would do, but basically, long story short, when not long after we first moved here, I saw a post on Facebook and it said that there was going to be some mermaids at like a local beach, and I thought brilliant because my daughter loves mermaids, so we decided we would take her to go see them. One of them, I'm not sure about all of them because there's quite a big community of it down here. One of them is a freediver. She's like a qualified freediver. She runs courses on it. She was like a lifeguard at one point, things like that. And yeah, she's like an expert mermaid, and she's a professional mermaid. And I asked her like, are you hired out for parties and stuff? And she said yes. So I found her on social media, messaged her about it. For my daughter's 6th birthday, we hired a pool, which was actually quite cheap. It's a place in Newquay, like a swim school, and we hired the pool for an hour, and then like the little area for like a little party after. It was like 80 quid, something like that. It wasn't too bad. And then we hired the mermaid as well, and that was a surprise. My daughter didn't know she was going to be there, and she was brilliant, and the pool worked with her really well as well, to sort of make sure she was in the pool ready. So when we got there and like went up the steps, like my daughter saw the mermaid in the pool. Yeah, she was really brilliant. She was giving them piggybacks up and down the pool. Yeah, she was really good. Yeah, so after that, I kind of thought, that looks fun. Childhood dreams like came creeping back in. I thought, that looks really bloody fun, man. I want to have a go. So for my 30th birthday, because I just turned 30, I said to my bloke, I was like, can you get me a monofin for my 30th birthday? And I found a Mahina monofin for sale on Facebook. And the woman was willing to sort of post it, basically, with like a courier service. Yeah, and she was selling it for like 40 quid, and it was in my size. It was the only one for sale in the whole of England at the time. So I was like, it's perfect. So he bought me that for my birthday, and it was only 40 quid. So, and brand new, they're, I think, about 130, something like that. And then obviously you've got to pay for postage and shipping and stuff. And where it comes from another country is really expensive. I think it comes from America, and I don't know what the issue is with America, but for some reason to get stuff posted like to and from America is bloody extortionate. Yeah, so I thought, I'm gonna have to look second hand. I'm not paying like £100 in shipping fees. It's just mad. Yeah, so got monofin, and first time I had to go in it, I was thinking, oh god, I'm gonna drown myself. So I went to the beach, and I thought I'd just stay in the shallow bits and just have a go. And I was expecting it to kind of float, so it'd make you like feel like your head's gonna go under and your feet are gonna float. But that wasn't the case at all, thank God. And it turns out it was actually really easy to swim in. Like, I'm a bit of a crap swimmer. I swim kind of like, when you see a dog that's in a pond and it don't want to be there and it's like scrambling to the edge. I like swimming, but that's kind of how I swim. Just like a little scrawny dog that don't want to be in there. That's kind of how I swim. But with the monofin, I can swim so much faster and so much better. And I actually love it. I don't think I ever want to swim without one again. Obviously, if you do think of getting one, take somebody with you. Don't do what I did. Take somebody with you. Get to watch you. Obviously, make sure you're safe. Don't go out any further than where you feel comfortable. Make sure don't try swimming in big waves, because that doesn't work either. I found out the hard way. They're not good for big waves. Make sure you find somewhere flat to swim, or even a pool if your local pool would allow it. Mine doesn't, unfortunately. Or like tidal pools would be pretty good for it. But yeah, find somewhere flat and safe, and make sure you have someone with you. But yeah, so I got my monofin, and I was thinking, this is brilliant. I love this. And then I thought, I wonder if I could like get a towel to go with it. And I had a look online. The companies that sell the towel skins, like the actual towel bit, to go with the monofin I had, were all quite expensive, and in other countries again, so you'd have to pay shipping and import fees and things like that. And so I thought, I wonder if I could make one. And I had a look on YouTube, found a few videos, and I thought, actually, I might give it a go. And I wasn't expecting it to go well, because sewing is not my strong point. But I luckily have a sewing machine, so I had a go. And it actually turned out pretty cool. Unfortunately, I didn't record any of that, but I can obviously explain how I made it. But yeah, anyway, rambling. So the towel, obviously, I got, a lot of people use neoprene fabric, and I don't know if it's going to be a good decision or not, but I used scuba knit fabric instead. So I think it's like double stitch or something, scuba knit fabric. I tried getting it in the colours, like close to my skin colour as possible, because I thought that if any of it shows, like around the waist, it wouldn't look too bad. Don't know, again, if that's going to be a good decision or not. And then I wanted it to be obviously silicone, so I got, you can't use normal bathroom one. You should technically use dragon skin, it's like the industry standard one, but it's just stupidly expensive, which is obviously why the proper towels are like thousands of pounds. So instead I've got a couple of tubes. I asked for them for Christmas from my bloke, and thankfully he just, yeah, entertains my madness. He got me 3 tubes of aquarium silicone. It's HA6. Yeah, so I got that. I'm going to mix it with pigment. It's like mica powder pigment. I think people use it for like epoxy resin and stuff. Going to mix it with that. Probably going to try and use like cake decorating piping bags to pipe it on, and then you kind of squish it with, like, to make the skulls. I'll try and record it when I get to that point. But so far, the towel's made. It fits my monofin. I've used poppers to sort of keep the end shut so that I can take my fin out if I want to. Yeah, so the fin will be removable, because obviously you can't just have the fabric towel, you've got to have a monofin inside it, otherwise, I don't know, you'd just be there like with your legs stuck together, wouldn't you? You won't be able to swim. But yeah, so I'm gonna probably try and record how I make it. Obviously I'll have to just do a quick run through of how I made the actual fabric bit. It turned out so much better than I thought it was gonna. You're probably just better off getting somebody to help you. Get the fabric, wrap it around your body, sort of like from the height that you want it. Use like safety pins or something and put them, literally like so many of them, all the way down. So that it's got to be quite tight to your body, otherwise it'll just fall off once it's got, obviously, it gets wet. But yeah, make sure it's pretty tight. Do that all the way down. You could sew some elastic around the top as well. I've done that in mine. Yeah, sew it all the way down, cut off the excess. Sew it all the way down? Pin it all the way down, obviously, so that you can make sure that it fits right. And then sew it all, take the pins out, cut off the excess, turn it in the right way, and then obviously you need to, whatever fin you're using, you need to trace that and leave a bit extra on each side so you've got space for sewing. It has to have drainage holes. I tried sewing mine up like mostly and just leaving like little drainage holes, but I find it kept getting like sand and seashells and stuff like stuck in it, and it would obviously weigh it down. So you want to try really leave like the whole of the bottom open, but then just put poppers. That's probably the best bet. Yeah, I've not tried mine since I had to undo it and then put a popper in the middle. I want to put like another 2 poppers, and I've undone like the sewing that I did at the bottom. So I haven't tried it again since then. When was the last time? I think I had to go in it in like November. There were people like walking their dogs as well, probably thinking, wow, she's on day release. But yeah, I got to make a few adjustments to it before I can start like doing the silicone stuff. So I will make those adjustments, and then I will get the towel out, show you like, well, kind of explain how I made it, like in a bit better detail, and then hopefully take you along for the whole silicone process. Definitely going to need more than 3 tubes, so it's going to be done in bits, but yeah. So here's the towel so far. I need to add more poppers sort of around here. These bits I've just kind of left, I don't know if you can see, I've just sewed sort of like up around a little bit and then stopped, and then done the same here, so there's still quite big drainage holes. Hopefully that'll be enough. I'm going to put like a popper here, and then I've got one here, so I can sort of put the monofin, take it in and out. That obviously just sits in there. So the actual the fin bit, this bit here is called the fluke. That I just sort of traced around onto some like wrapping paper, traced around the monofin, made sure it was like an inch or 2 bigger on each side, and then obviously drew sort of like how I wanted it at the ends, and then I just sort of sewed it like bit by bit to make sure that it, like the monofin would fit in it. And I've just kind of had to sort of take some bits out and then redo it again as well sometimes, but yeah, quite happy with how that's come out now. The body bit, I did take measurements of like hips, waist, calves, knees, ankles, all of that, but it just became a bit pointless really, because I had to make so many alterations that I wouldn't really suggest doing that. Probably better off, as I said, just sort of pinning, yeah, you're better off just kind of pinning it all the way down with like safety pin things. Like literally wrap the fabric around you and then get somebody to pin it all the way down your back, quite tight. And then obviously you can take it off, sew down that line, and then cut off the excess and take out the pins. And then obviously leave like extra at the bottom so that you can kind of do this more fiddly bit. This I don't even really know how to explain how to do it. I still got to sort the back bit out. I'm not quite happy with how it is. It's not like straight, so yeah, you just got to sort of sew it onto your fluke best you can and then cut off the excess. The fins, I just kind of drew a shape that I liked and then just cut out 2 of each for like obviously each one. These I saw a towel that had like little stringy bits and thought they looked quite pretty, so I did them. And elastic, which I did a horrible job of sewing, but there we go. You won't be able to see it obviously, well hopefully, once it's all silicone you won't be able to see it anyway. So, but that is the towel so far.